Okay, sounds good. That's literally a shell, babe. Oh my God.
I want to open it.
I'm scared of what's inside of it.
Can we open it?
Oh my God.
It's a shell. Oh wait, it's fake.
Is it?
It's fake. There's glitter on it. Are you being serious right now?
Baby.
No.
You're my everything. I'm just gonna start recording. Sounds good. Cool. The start of the story goes, we came here to Nosara last April together, and for the first time together we experienced what it would be like without all the other distractions at home, the work, the routine, all those things that, I don't know, kind of get in the way of the connection and connectivity of ourselves and each other. And so when we came here, it was just like an instant, and it was an instant, whoa, I see you. And we saw each other, and like within days, like I knew 100%. I was like 99% for the first couple of years already, but it was like 100% knowing that I'm with my soulmate. I'm with the woman that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. And I'm gonna make this decision here. And to the universe, I said, in one of my meditations, I said, universe, I promise, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it here too. And thank you for, I don't know, confirming that, that she's the one and that we're soulmates essentially. So that was really awesome to get that download, to get that feeling for the first time of like, I'm 100% ready to do this and spend the rest of my life with her.
Pinch me, I'm dreaming away.
I'm doing this right now.
Why not? Yeah, it's fun.
Well, I'm Devin's girlfriend, and he is a musician, and he's working to do conscious pop music, and I'm learning so much about, you know, how music is so important for the world and what we're doing, and people really need to see a positive change in music. So that's kind of why we're here, and I'm here to support Devin in that process and be here for whatever he needs during that, and just be his partner. So.
I took all of her family out individually to dinner to ask for their blessing. Her father unfortunately passed away at a very young age, but I did start with him. I went to his grave and did a little meditation and prayer over his grave. Brought him some sunflowers because I told him, I was like, I'm your new son-in-law. I would just wish you could be here so I could receive your blessing in person, but I know that you're around everywhere, you know, and that you would support me and that we'd be best friends. And I was thankful for his sacrifice and what he did for his family, when you know the personal story of it. And I just connected with him there. And I asked for his blessing, and you know, obviously you don't receive the yes physically, but it felt right and it felt good. So I was able to walk away and feel really good about that. Next up, went to her mother, and her mother's been wanting me to propose to her since I first met her, before we even started dating. Me and her mother have had a connection from the very start. Such a wonderful lady. And she's always seen the best in me. Even when I started to date Sidnie like at a really, really young age, and did some stupid stuff along the way, and she still forgave me and let me come back, which was amazing. And so I'm so thankful for her mother. But anyways, I took her out, and she knew exactly what I was about to ask for. I was so nervous. I was like, the reason why I wanted to take you here, because I want to ask you to, you know, for your daughter's blessing and her hand in marriage. And she looks at me and she's just like, you know what I'm going to say. Like, obviously, yes, of course. And like, about time. And I was like, I know. And that was just such a cool moment that we had together, where I could finally tell her mother, you know, her guardian, that I got this, you know, I got this from now on, and I'm gonna keep her safe, and I'm gonna keep her happy. And that has been both of our missions, you know. It's been the ultimate mission in our life, is to make her happy and feel loved, and that we can continue to do that, and that I will continue to do that, and tell her my promises. And it was a really special moment. So then her grandparents, who are also very involved in her life, I took her papa out first, and I never had one-on-one time with her grandfather, with her papa. And so this one I was a little nervous about because he's the more protective vibe. Ever since her father has passed away, he's been the protector really in the family and over Sidney because he loves her so much, and I love that he loves her so much. But I said, you know what, let's go out to a bar, man. Let's get some beers together. It's his thing. He loves country music and everything, so I took him to one of my favorite spots in town, and we had some beers together, and we just talked and had a really, really good time. And I was so nervous that I finally ended up asking him in the car after the bar. I said, the reason why I brought you here is because, I wanted to ask for your blessing. And he just starts crying. And I've never seen this man cry. I've never seen this man emotional. And he told me, I'm getting goosebumps. He told me that there's no other man, there's no other person that would be perfect for Sidney rather than me. And he's like, you were the perfect person for her. And we all see that and we appreciate that. And he's like, and man, I just want her to be happy. I was like, I know you do, and she will. And he just starts crying, and it was a really, really good moment. And now Nana was almost last on the list, but she felt jealous because I was taking out everybody but her. And me and Nana have a special connection. We have a very, very lovey-dovey connection. When I took her out and asked for her blessing, she was just into it. She was like, yes, do it. She was just instantly like Crystal, her mother, was just instantly into it, and that went really well. And got to know her a bit and her background and her story, and just learning about the family dynamic between all of them was really great. And then of course her sister Savannah, who I've always considered a sister even when I first met Sidney. Well, on the other hand, when I first met Sidney, I did think her sister was crazy, and I told her that. But now we have this incredible connection because we're both crazy. You know when like a crazy person meets a crazy person, be like, you're crazy. Like, now that we've combined our crazy, it's like this amazing like non-blood but sibling love that we have in this connection. That's just so, so special. So the way that I presented it to Savannah is we were actually going through a hard time with Savannah and Sidney's sister. And I saw this as a moment to reach back out and to reconnect. And so we lived in the same apartment at the time, and in 6 months that I haven't seen her, that we've kind of danced around each other, I ran upon her, or stumbled upon her in the hallway, and I just felt called to tell her. I was just like, Savannah, I have something to tell you. Like, I'm planning on proposing to your sister. And instantly, like, everything that we've kept between us and the energy, the distance, it just went out the door, and she was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing information. And it was a really good moment. And the following week, we reconnected with her sister, talked a lot of things out, had a very, very deep and emotional reconnection, and we've been so strong ever since. So it was really cool to use this gift, use this opportunity to bring us back together once again. And I'm doing that with my family as well, and our families combined. And that's one of the biggest intentions me and Sidney both have in our relationship, is bringing our families together, bringing us back to love and to pure connection, and using this as an inspiration too. Just can't wait to see the wedding.
You, me, us, through all of it, I'm yours. You trust, won't take advantage, will never lie. I'm in love with the thought of you.
Okay, what if it was something like this? Let me.
It's been almost 6 years since we've known each other now. He was on a TV show called Boy Band on ABC, and I was watching TV with my mom one night, and he came on my TV screen. And I just thought, wow, he is the most beautiful boy, at that time he was a boy, that I've ever seen. And I, as one does, I think I was 15 or something at the time, I DM'd him on Instagram, and I don't remember what I said. He had like this gold car at the time, and I just thought it was super cool. I was like, oh, he has a gold car, and like he's super cute, so I messaged him, and the next day I had no idea he was gonna respond, and he messaged me back, and we started texting and DMing and Snapchatting. So then a couple weeks went by, and he's like, I'm going on tour to Florida, can I stop at your house and meet you? So I asked my mom, because I was under 18 at the time, and she was like, yeah, sure, you can have him. You're sleeping in my bed tonight. So he came over and we hit it off immediately and we had so much fun.
I'm Cheryl, and this is a Cheryl shot.
Let's go.
Okay, here you go.
We didn't end up dating for about 6 months after that, but he was in his like player stage, is what I call it. So yeah, he was seeing like other girls at the time, but we just like always came back to each other. Like we were always just like best friends, and he'd always come back to me after something happened, something big happened, or I'd come to him when something big happened. So there's like that connection that we didn't understand at the time. So after years of this happening, we actually did date at one point for like a month, and it just didn't work out because of the age difference. So yeah, after a few years went by, we ended up taking a year break during quarantine. Like COVID kind of hit and we were not talking to each other at all. So we were just kind of curious how each other were doing. And at the end of 2020, I guess, yeah, 2020, we started communicating again. He invited me to watch some of his shows and stuff.
Something like heaven, life don't get no better than when you're next to me.
And we started dating at the end of that year, December 4th, which is actually coming up next month for our 3-year anniversary.
We're just so happy. I just finally, it's about fucking time. It's been like 3 years.
So yeah, that's how we met, and it's just been a while. There's so many little details that go into it, but yeah, we're here now, and you know, we have a dog together. We've been living together for 2 years now, but yeah, he's my soulmate, and we didn't really realize it until we grew up a little bit. We had to mature to realize how sacred that love was gonna become, so.
It was time to find out her ring size. The following year, following 2 years, I asked her mother to get her this ring size on her right hand so I could get her a promise ring. And it was actually her grandmother's promise ring, but her grandmother did not have the same size finger as she did, obviously. And so once we received the ring, I had no idea what to size it. And so Sidnie knew it was coming because her mother bought a ring sizer on Amazon, and she's like, hey, let's just size your ring. So she just knew it was coming. And thankfully, I remember her mom telling me that she also got her engagement ring finger size and wrote it down. So when I asked her, I was like, hey, what's that ring size? She's like, I don't know where it is. I don't remember it. And it was this entire thing. I'm like, oh God, okay, here we go. Her mom doesn't know her ring size. I don't want her mom to be like, oh, here's a ring sizer again, because she's gonna know, especially because I just took them all out to dinner. I'm like, don't do that. Don't take her to a ring store. I can't take her to a ring store. She's gonna know. And Sidnie always remembers everything. And she expects everything. Like, she predicts everything. She can never be surprised. So I wanted this one especially to be the surprise. So I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. So I kind of manipulated the situation and conversation a little bit with Sidnie, and finally I'm like, what's your ring size? Because I was being cool. I was like, hey, we should get, married. And she's like, I've been waiting. So it was like kind of small talk. I'm like, what's your ring size, girl? She said, I don't know. I'm like, you being for real? She's like, yeah, I have no idea. And my inner ego's like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, you're the only person that can tell me this information. You don't know your own ring size. She's like, nope. And she has a ring that she wears on that finger 24/7. Never takes it off. I've never seen it off of her skin. Showers with it, sleeps with it, goes mudding with it. It's always on her ring. So how can I get that ring off of her to go size it? So I told my dad that one day. I'm like, I'm really struggling with this. And he's like, there's this paper online that you can print that has all the sizes. So if you can manage to get it off of her somehow, you can use that paper and find what size it is. Like, that's cool, but I still don't know how I'm gonna get it off. So the same night, we had a really tough day at work. And she's like, Devin, can you give me a massage? Instantly. Okay, I'm gonna get her a massage, and I'm gonna be like, hey, let me give you a hand massage, and I'm gonna take the rings off before the massage. So I set up the space in our room all perfectly. Like, I put the mood lights on, I put meditation music on, I lit an incense. I was like, I'm gonna make this an experience for you, so she doesn't think that I'm doing too much, or like I had to do too much so she would expect that I would do too much. And I put a blindfold on her so she couldn't see. And so after like I massaged her. I was like, do you want a hand massage? And she said, ooh, sounds great. I was like, okay, let me take your rings off. So I slipped all of her rings off and I put it on the nightstand. And I said, stay there, I have a surprise for you. And I took that ring and I ran to the other side of the bed. And I took the paper from underneath the bed. And like, it was really dark in there. I was like, oh shit, I can't even see, and all these circles. So I start looking for the right size, and she's over there just waiting in bed. And I finally find it. I'm like, oh my God, 6.5, let's go. I got it. And I rushed back over and I said, sorry, I don't know where the surprise is. I'll try to do it another time. And it just went over her head, and she's like, okay, I never asked about it, which was really, really cool. So I got the ring size.
And I was like, ooh, that's no, let my demons outside. I've been feeling so high, brand new, that's no.
I think his inspiration comes from love and wanting to change the world for a better place. He just loves people so much. It's making me emotional just thinking about it, because he just wants to help people so bad. And he thinks he can do that through entertainment and music. And I know he can, which is so cool. And Rich was saying the other night, he was just like, there's no other like young person that's doing this, you know, like that's like wanting to write music to benefit especially like younger people. And we live in a world where kids are just listening to music about like drugs and sex and killing themselves, and he wants to change that, which is just so special. So I think that's where he gets his inspiration from, is like his own experience with depression and being like on the brink of suicide.
Don't give up, man.
And it changed everything for him, and now he wants to give the gift of like love and happiness and consciousness to other people. So I think that's where that comes from.
and Nora, this will all be like cut and stuff like that. Do you need a moment? You can just take a moment.
Yeah. I'm just really proud of him. I'm really proud of him.
And so I started looking for the ring. And within this process, it was very, very easy because Sidney set it up for me. Sidney's the type of girl that knows what she wants and she's gonna get what she wants. So years ago, we created a manifestation vision board together of what we want to see in our future. Like we put like some dogs on there, some houses, like good food, just things that we can look on an everyday basis and shoot towards. Well, we put our engagement rings on there as well. And you see me, I'm just getting tripped out now, I'm like, oh. We put our engagement rings on there as well, and she found the one that she just dropped dead over. And so I got the manifestation vision board thing, and I go over with the Google app, and you can use it to like scan, and it'll find wherever it is, because I don't know the brand or anything, and I found it right away. I'm like, oh yes, cool, and I click on it, and it's like $9,000. I'm like, oh, I can't afford $9,000 right now. What do you mean? And so I go through my process of troubleshooting, and I send the same exact design and description to other custom jewelers, and I was like, I need this ring made, but I can't, like, here's my budget, you know? And most of them turned me down, but there was this one lady in Miami that was just like, this is gorgeous, and I love this, and we're gonna add this to our collection after we make it, and yes, we'll make it for you. And she made the process so easy, and we're able to digitize it and then go through with it within weeks.
Hi, Devin. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this ring.
I got the ring like 3 or 4 months ago. I've just been sitting in my closet waiting for this retreat, this moment where we're back here in Nosara to propose to her. And it turned out perfect. It's exactly what it looked like online. It's exactly what she wanted. She's just gonna flip when she sees this ring. It's the perfect ring. And so yeah, that was amazing. And ever since then, it's been the waiting game of getting here and setting up this entire project, which I'll explain to, of proposing to her.
This moment to thank God, or whatever it was that just sent me
I love this place. This is my second time here, and it just feels like returning back home. And we keep calling it home because like I really do see us having a home here one day. I just love the culture, and I love the people, and I love like the spirit of this place. It's like when you just see it and you get inside of it, there's just like this feeling about it that you can't explain unless you come here. And that's what I've been trying to explain to my friends and family. They're just like, why do you love that place so much? You know, it's like out in the middle of nowhere. It's like just a jungle. And I'm like, that's kind of the point. It's just so like secluded and away from everything. You get to just like be with nature at all times and just like be with the spirit of the jungle and with these just incredible people. So yeah, I love Nosara. It's amazing here.
Feel it coming, our directions calling, with the love that we're falling, and up we go till morning, and we know this is fate. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I can't say it enough.
I thought the best way to do it was to call up my buddy Orion and say, hey man, I need you to come out, because he's been videoing me like he is right now. Hi Orion. And he's been videoing me since I've been in Nosara about my journey, about my project and music that I'm doing here. So it seems natural for him to come out again and do these interviews with me. And now that my family is here, he wants to interview my family and say, how are they doing? And let's talk about Devin's project. Little does she know, this entire project is for her, and they're out here to record a proposal video. And so here's the game plan. I'm gonna give it to you. So I was like, with all that being said, I'm gonna tell her Ryan's gonna come out and he's gonna do some more footage of me, and he wants to record the family. And so she's gonna do an interview, and they're gonna talk about my career, whatever, how she met me. It's gonna be nice and sentimental, and we're gonna do this. And she's gonna have no idea. And that's how it is. She doesn't have a cent of a clue. So after this interview, Sidney's gonna be interviewed, and while she's doing that, I'm gonna go set up on the beach with the ring that's in an actual shell, a real life shell that's gonna be the proposal box. And we're gonna put it on the beach, and Orion's gonna be like, okay, let's go out to the beach, and now let's shoot some B-roll together, like some shots we can put in between on the documentary or whatever. And so we're gonna go out to the beach, and he might suggest, like, maybe act like you're start looking for shells together or something. It's romantic to do. And we're gonna stumble upon the shell, and it's gonna be this beautiful shell. It is a beautiful shell. And I'm gonna be like, wow, look at this shell. I'm afraid to open it, come here. And she's gonna be like, that's crazy, this is nuts. And she's gonna open it up, and then she's gonna see her ring in there, and it's gonna catch her by surprise. I just cannot wait to see the look on her face when I get down on one knee and ask her to be my everything, ask her to marry me. Can you see I'm already bottled up right now? I'm like, what if I ruin the words? Will you be? But it's gonna be incredible. And we're gonna have the entire thing on film, and we're gonna be mic'd up, and it's gonna be perfect. We're gonna have everything. That's the game plan, that's how we got here. And I couldn't be more happy to be in this position on a beautiful day. And rainy season in Nosara, which could be pouring all day. We have beautiful sunlight. Just had a little bit of a drizzle there that I was just like, uh-oh, just a little bit. But a nice little overcast, so the lighting's not too harsh. You can see me, I'm just thanking the universe for putting us in this position. So, Sidney, when you watch this, oh my God, you're gonna be going crazy and loving me some more. I love you, baby, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. And we've known that this is gonna happen for a very long time. Even when we reconnected in month 1, month 2, we're soulmates, and we're gonna spend the rest of our lives together. It was just a matter of time, and the time's now. And the time actually came a long time ago, sweetheart, but I had to make sure it was perfect for you. Just like you are. And that's all I got to say.
You don't know I'm writing the song right now, and you don't know that I'm gonna get down on one knee in 6 short weeks.
Orion just texted me that they're coming down right now. I've never been so nervous in my life.
Sidney, will you marry me?
Do that again, 'cause it's kind of funny.
I don't know.
I am Devin Hayes,
And I am Sidney Rollins.
and we are
And I don't know if it's gonna be
soulmates.
sunshine or rainbows, but I hope so. But
Okay, sounds good.
I'll treat you like you saved me, 'cause you did. So my life, I owe you all of it. Rainfall, toes in the sand, reach for your hand when I asked to be your man.
Let's run.
Wait.
One knee, one breath, one question.
Ow. It's kind of hard to
There's
run.
way too many rocks right here.
I know. Here, come
It's
over
like
here.
a minefield.
For real. Let's go over here.
Oh god, look at the crabs. There's crabs. Oh god.
Forever with you, 'cause life sounds good
Okay,
with you by
sounds
my
good.
side till the day I die.
All right,
Sing
for sure.
sweet, sweet lullabies. Will you marry me? Please, I love you. Life is better with you.
Look at the pink shell.
Do-do-do,
Where?
do-do-do.
Right there.
Life is better with you.
It's just cute.
Do-do-do, do-do-do. You don't know how nervous I am right now.
Now we gotta like.
Even though I know you say yes in a heartbeat, you've been waiting for
Garth,
this for way too
Garth is
long.
booking it.
Said
Okay.
to me so loud,
Okay.
oh, I'm ready.
Is that a shell?
What you waiting
A
for?
shell, 2 pieces?
Oh my God. I think
Look
we.
at that shell.
Yo, is that a shell?
No shoes, shaky hands when
Okay.
I asked to be your man.
Okay.
One
sounds good.
look, one ring, one
literally a shell,
promise,
babe.
then we got our lives left.
I'm scared of what's inside of it.
Can we open it?
My God.
It's a shell. Oh wait, it's fake.
Is it?
It's fake. There's glitter on it. Are you being serious right
Baby,
now? No.
you're my everything.
Oh my god.
Will you marry me? Yeah.
Let me do the honor.
I'm so shaky. I can't.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You mean I love you so much. Look at it.
Oh my
I
god.
know it's happening right now. Look at this. This is our home.
Oh my god.
Oh, baby. Look at you shaking.
I'm shaking. Oh my god.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
You want to take some badass engagement photos?
I don't know if I
It
can.
all makes sense now. It's like your heart is my hometown. It's like I knew it all along. Like I knew I'd write this. It all makes sense now. It's like it all keep beating down. It's like 100 times of saying that I'll get it, then I'll get it. Now I'll figure it out. Yeah, I think we figured it out. Ooh, I know we figured it out. Yeah, all out there. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense It all makes sense now. I've been called, you are my all, I won't deny it, no, not again. I've been called, you are my all, and I won't deny it. again. Your beauty calls, my flaws they fall, and I can't deny you. Won't do that again. I've been cold, you are my all, and I won't deny us. Never again. Words can't describe how I feel. How are you? How is it that every time I look at you, my conscience sings it's always been you? The girl that concedes my ideal. How are you? How are you so all in all true perfect? I've heard the call that you are my one true love. How are you real? I've been told the weight love holds, but you're like a feather, and we'll dance in the wind. If you take me, we can't go places they won't. I lost like a breath on the moon. Ooh, words can't describe how I feel. How are you? How is it that every time I look at you, my conscience sings it's always been you? The girl that concedes my ideal. How are you? How are you so all in all true perfect? I've heard the call that you are my one true love.
Think about how much we've been through. The trials, the tribulations, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. I want it all.
Oh, you know you kill me every time.
That pretty face of yours.
Every time you take a step
Those eyes.
closer,
I can smell your scent.
you know I crave you
How much you are, man.
all the
I
time.
can see myself getting down on one fucking
Our
knee.
future looks so perfect.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
Baby, you are so perfect.
More than anything in this entire world.
What did I do to
You
deserve this?
are my purpose.
You are my words can't describe how I feel. How are you? How is it that every time I look at you, my conscience sings it's always been you? The girl that concedes my ideal. How are you? How are you so all in all true perfect? I've heard the call that you are my one true love. You are my one true love. From the start, it was hard keeping everything we had a secret. Didn't know it was real until you poured it on the bathroom floor, saying